All right, how everybody doing? All right, I thank God for last night's rest, this morning rise. Thank God for his grace and his mercy. Grace is always giving me what I don't deserve, and mercy is not giving me what I do deserve, and for that, I'm eternally grateful. My name is Derek McKnight. My partner, Robert Hayes, he had to work again tonight, overnight, and together we call the Minds of Men, non-profit spiritual organization. We don't deal with religion. Religion is personal. So I learned early in recovery not to invade people's space because it can divide the room, and we want everybody to be inclusive. We want nobody to feel marginalized. I'm from Baltimore City, been in Philadelphia for 22 years. I left Baltimore because I was uncivilized, undisciplined, smoking weed, chasing women, and in and out of jail. Homicidal, suicidal, deaf, dumb, blind, and ignorant. And everything I was trying to do, dudes I was hanging out, was living the same way, thinking the same way. So at the end of the day, I was depressed, I was miserable, I was unhappy, I was unsatisfied, and I wanted more. And I had a lot of ambition, so thank God. So God is an awesome God. And my brother, he's a frat brother. Everybody know about fraternities and sororities. I used to always hear about Philly Greek picnics back in the day back home, right? And he's an alpha. And his frat brother had property. And we had property in South Philadelphia, so that's where we landed in South Philadelphia. And when I got up here, I was smoking woolies. Y'all call them turbos. Weed laced with crack cocaine, way before fentanyl and all this foolishness that's out here today, right? And then I was tricking and got tricked, right? And then I started smoking, then I started liking it, then that was a habit, then I was on a plantation of active addiction. I thought it was funny, I thought I had it, but I didn't have it. Relapsed when I had 10 months, talking clean, living dirty, stranger to soap and water. Telling help how to help me, real arrogant, real flamboyant. Yo, thought I had it going on and always relapse. So I got 14 years, but all I got is what? Today. All right? So I learned to stay in the day. And here's another thing too about me. I'm a forensic ghetto black Kojak. Forensic ghetto black Kojak, meaning we talk roots. I don't like to talk what? Fruits. Let me put this up here. See, it was easy to talk here. This is fruits. I shoot dope. That's fruit talk. Why shoot dope? Root talk. I smoke coke. That's fruit talk. Why smoke coke? Root talk. I'm depressed, miserable, and a hater. That's the fruit of the tree. But why I'm depressed, why I'm miserable, and why I'm a hater is the roots of the tree. She says she can't stand men. Don't like them, don't trust them. Only deal with men because they got a penis and they got some money. That's the fruit of her tree. But why she don't trust men is the root of her tree. When she don't shut up, I beat her up. That's the root of his tree. But why he put his hands on a woman is the root of his tree. So we talking what? Addiction today. And when we talking about one root, that's what? Addiction. So that's rejection. Rejection is the root and these are the fruits. Everybody hear that? Rejection is the root and these are the fruits from the root of rejection. And have everybody been rejected in here before? Yeah. All right. See, it's important for me, right, not to talk about drugs, because drugs never got nobody in here. Perks didn't knock on your door. Xannies didn't knock on your door. Crack didn't bust through your window. Yo, dope didn't kidnap you. Listen, we went to go get it. So we stop wasting time talking about drugs. Let's talk about what leads us back to using, back to isolation, back to hiding, back to fronting, back to amnesia, back to going back on a plantation called death, because I'm familiar with dying. And to live, I'm scared. To live, I don't have the answers. To live, I don't trust nobody. And I damn sure don't trust me. So I had to learn to start talking roots and not the fruits. You talk fruits, you stay superficial. Leave out, come in here crazy, leave out of here double crazy. Clean and crazy. Let's get into it. Y'all ready? Let's have fun, all right? Because I don't know everything. I'm in the drawer, but I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I'm in that drawer. Tom, you gonna say something before we get started? Rejection is the root, and these are the fruits. Come on.
Look, I just want to talk about the trials and tribulations that I've been navigating through while I was out. I've been out about 2 weeks now, right? And what I found about myself, right, at least what I want to think about myself is that I'm kind, and I'm generous, and I like to help people. But what I discovered about myself, right, is that a lot of that was just people pleasing, you know. And when I, took a look at it, right, a lot of it, was some older behaviors. So when I went into a meditation, right, and started looking at that thing, as soon as I closed my eyes, the answer came right to me. There was our old behavior, and I needed to take a look at that, and I did. And like for example, there was two people that was in this treatment with me, right? They was in a recovery house, two women, and I went to pick them up and take them to a meeting. So I said, well, we're gonna stop at we'll stop at Rita's, right, on our way to a meeting, and we're gonna have a nice recovery evening. Well, it didn't work out that way at all, because I had to practically shake a knife out my girlfriend's hand, when she found out that I was taking, two women from a recovery house to a meeting. And when I talked to my sponsor and an experienced man about it, they took her side. Because as far as they was concerned, right, number one, I didn't need to be picking up two women from a recovery house, and my woman, she's been there for me this entire time, and matter of fact, she put up with quite a bit of my addiction. So, that was that old addictive behavior, and I like to think that I've corrected that, between then and now. And that's all I have on that matter. And other than that, I've been navigating, recovery pretty nicely. I go to IOP here, and I've made a meeting every day, and I work with my sponsor here, and I'm doing a written step 1 tonight. And I'm in service, and there we go. And I make a daily contact with my circle of recovery friends and family, and things are going well, and I'm happy. And I just want to share that with y'all. Thanks for letting me share.
Amen. All right. But you heard what he also talked about, how his lady had trust issues for him in his, like in women. And here he is taking women to what? Doing the right thing this time. But because of the past experience, you know what I'm saying? She doesn't trust him yet. So he had to build back trust, right? And that's going to take time, right? That's why they say men stay with the men.
Right.
Women stay with the women.
Yeah.
And together we get together what? And what did they call it? Yeah, there you go. Together as a unit, right? Because a man can't help you if he's trying to sex you.
Yeah.
You ever hear that?
Yeah.
Because he'll tell you what you want to hear. Who seen For Colored Girls? Good movie, right? And some men, ladies, will slow walk you. Listen, you Muslim, I'm Muslim. You Christian, I'm Christian. You dance, I dance. You love kids, I love my children. You go to meetings, I go to meetings. You like money, I like money. Listen, you like to explore and travel, I do too. Slow walk you. Everybody hear that? And some women never heard the word I love you. And so if they hear I love you, they probably might feel infatuated by what? He said he loved me, but he might beat your ass. And then guess what? And that means we have a bad definition of what love truly is. So the next man that comes in her life, if he's peaceful, if he's kind, if he's helping, he's considerate, he bring that check home, she can't receive that. Because she used to what? Yes, boring. The dude who kick her down the steps and all of that. That's the man who loved me. Insanity. Let's get to it. Rejection. Number 1. Rejection is the root, and these are the fruits. Fruit number 1, jealousy. Haters. You in here? Haters, jealousy. From the roots of what? Rejection. Who grew up in foster care? That's a big piece. Who had problems when your other friends, they had their parents, you didn't have yours? One guy said, listen, I'm mad, I'm jealous of you because your parents care. They beat your ass. I wish somebody would have beat mine. I would have never did time in jail. I probably would have never been what? Homeless if somebody really cared. Jealousy. Jealousy. Malcolm X. The dude who helped Malcolm get out of prison became jealous of Malcolm. Amy Fisher rang the doorbell and shot Joey Buttafuoco's wife in the head because she wanted a grown, married man. Jealousy is dangerous. Anybody jealous in here? Envy is first. Envy is what I like. He was here, now he's not here, now he's coming back here to give his experiences, strength, and hope. I envy that. I don't want to stop that. I'm not mad at him. I'm not hating on him, but I envy him. And he driving, and he working, and he got his head on right, and he got a sponsor, and he doing step work. He's in service. I envy that. That's what I want. But if you take it from envy and slide over to jealousy, then I'm trying to stop him. Then I'm trying to set him up. Then listen, we're going to make sure he don't come back here. Anybody know what I'm talking about? You know, people like, hey, you get a tech on the floor that do what? Don't play, don't sugarcoat your mess. And for those who don't want to be here, those who complain, those who always bitching, those who are making excuses not to recover, you hate people like that. So you got to get yourself a committee together. You don't like her? I hope you don't. You don't like her? Me either. You don't like her? Yeah. You don't like her? All right. You don't like her? Sign the paper. You don't like her? We're going to get rid of her ass. But she cares. But because you don't like the person who helped us, you're trying to get rid of them. Envy is dangerous when it slides over to what? Jealousy. And whatever we hate is easy to assassinate. Whatever we hate is easy to assassinate. How about number 2? Rebellious. Who buck and beef in here? Buck and beef. Buck and beef. Don't like rules and regulations. Now the females work here. We said this before. Some people don't like the lack of authority because you remind me of my mother who was never there. You remind me of my mother who beat my ass. You remind me of my aunts who violated me. Who looked over me. Listen, everybody got fresh sneakers, I didn't. I got the handovers, the leftovers. I was forgot about. I was talked about. I was laughed at. And I'm angry, and I'm mad. Anybody who try to tell me what to do. Root issues. Root issues. Rebellious. You buck and beef. And you can never get help in recovery if you always bucking. Who know what I'm talking about? Always use the buck. When you buck, it's argumentative. And that's a defense mechanism. We always talk about, yo, why is he house manager? Why you make him house manager? He don't even got an NA text. That's me. He always asking newcomers for cigarettes. That's me. He always in women's face. That what used to be me. Listen, he can't even cook, and you put him in the kitchen, and he got HIV. Cooking on one stove with one eye with 30 dudes. That's where I come from. You look upstairs, you see a dude ass on the toilet. He said, yo, please don't do a number 2 up there. And guess what they do? A number 3. Because people going to do what people want to do. Everybody hear that? Rebellious, bucking and beef. Beacon Point says this, damn it, I'm going to do that. Everybody hear that? And when they put your ass out, now it's a problem. When they threaten to tell you to pack your stuff up, gangster. Now it's a problem. Pack your stuff up, sister gangster. Nobody's scared of you. Pack up. Why you here? Why do you come here? You court ordered? Okay. You should have stayed in jail. Get out of jail early card. Rebellious will definitely get me high again. That's the fruit from the root of being rejected. How about number 3? Abuse. Abuse. Anybody been abused? Anybody want to talk about that? Why is that dangerous? How can that keep me high on the plantation of active addiction? Come on, what's your name?
Tatiana.
Hey, how you doing?
I just relate to abuse. Like, I was abused since I was like 2 years old. I got took from my mom and my dad for like physical abuse. And when you abuse like that young all the way up is like a comfort zone for you. Like, all you know is abuse. So when you in any type of healthy environment, you don't feel right. Like, you go out your way to like self-harm or like make somebody treat you like shit.
Okay. You getting better with that?
Yeah, like I was just talking to my therapist today about codependency and like self-harm and like looking for like some healthy situations for myself. Like, you know what I mean, and not be rebellious and jealous and put, like, abusing myself, like trying to be selfish and love myself.
Okay, that's good. You look well, getting much better. Feeling better?
Yeah, I just came out the hospital and I'm feeling much better.
Awesome. How much time you have clean?
50 days here and 15 days at the crisis before I got here.
Hey, all right. Abuse. I used to be married, right? And I used to a lot of times I never heard coming home, how was your day today, honey? That's abuse. Silence is abuse. For a woman who's struggling, not to hear her man say, I love you. You're doing a good job. He don't bring flowers when he get caught cheating. He bring flowers because you're beautiful. And just because, that's why you got flowers. It ain't Valentine's Day. Here's some candy. Abuse. Abuse. How many guys here are passive aggressive? When you don't put your hands on her, but beat her up or hurt her, but you give it back to her with rough sex. Abuse. Abuse. Got to get to the what? To the root right here. Hey, what happened to the individual here who been abused but don't get help or get healing for their abuse? Can they strike somebody else? Can they abuse other people? Yeah. Very good. Who know that you might be having an issue with your mom or your pop and they've been abused and they've been hurt, and people only give to us what was given to what? To them. So you got to understand, you got to forgive them. Easy said than what? Done. How about the next one right here, y'all? Addiction. More than drugs. How about eating addiction? You got an eating addiction. Can't stop eating. Diabetic, yo, still eating crazy. Okay. How about sex addictions? Gotta have it. Gotta have it. All right. Addiction. How about gambling addictions? Yeah, all right. Coming a lot of the category. How about shopping? 30 pair of shoes and you got 2 feet and all, you know what I'm talking about? All that's what? Extreme. Excessive. Addiction. All from what we ain't being rejected. Who gotta prove to people that you're not that bum no more? You ain't that junkie no more. Listen, you got it going on. You gotta live up to what? People's image of you. Anybody like that in here? And if you don't got it, guess what? You don't feel good. Your self-esteem dies with your material items. Everybody know what I'm talking about? So if I don't got it, I feel bad. I don't got money, I feel worse. Now, not today, all right? Men make money. Money don't make us. Jealousy, 1. Rebellious, 2. Abuse, 3. Addiction, 4. Anger. Who suppress their anger then explode later? Is that dangerous? Can that cause us to get high again? Who know that, something about you bring hell in here. What the hell raisers that in here? Mad as hell. They bring what? They adolescents in here. They bring childhood in here. They bring little boy issues in here. Little girl issues in here. With no solutions, no healing. Nobody understands. And all that pain is submerged and is suppressed. And if somebody say one bad thing, I'm going off on their ass. Suppress anger. We stuff, then we what? Explode. Who's passive aggressive? Who plot and scheme? Who's sneaky in here? Yeah, they're the ones that throw the stone and hide their hands. They're the ones that pull a fire alarm and run for cover. Passive aggressive. What I'm talking about? That's the mob. The mob will let you dance and buy you shoes and clothes and jewelry, then kill your ass. Passive aggressive. I don't like her. Let me call DHS. Where my phone at? Let me get her and those kids. Done with you. Passive aggressive. Who always want to fight in here, but you can't fight? Passive aggressive. Who shake hands and smile in your face, but deep down inside they racist? Passive aggressive. Everybody know what I'm talking about? Yes, right? And you gotta get to the exact nature why you act that way. But the eyes don't lie. I know I'm not hated. I know I'm not liked well in here, but it's okay. Today I understand that everybody's not gonna like you, Dirk. Okay. But I gotta keep loving in spite of what you think about me. Just don't touch me. Just don't touch me, because I know how it is, to be holding on to people's words who speak truth and who cares and who got compassion and who wants you to live. We worship people like that because that's rare. Because a lot of people are self-centered. They don't give a damn about nobody but they damn selves. Jealousy, 1. Rebellious, 2. Abuse, 3. Addiction, 4. Anger, 5. Arrogance. Who arrogant? Who cocky? Who's closed-minded? You want to speak on that?
Arrogant, obnoxious, abusive, abrasive. If I'm using, but if I'm not using, I'm even-tempered, and I've got a good relationship with self, with others, and God.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Can arrogance get us high again?
Oh yeah.
Can arrogance keep our mind closed?
Oh yeah. Can
arrogance tell us what? How to help people? How to help us?
Well, sure.
Can arrogance make us pack our clothes or get the hell out of here?
And do that too.
Can arrogance be helped?
It can be dealt with.
Okay. How?
if you take a good look at yourself,
everybody hear that?
Get some help, some therapy, make some meetings, talk to some experienced men.
Very good.
Yeah.
How about humility? Is that the cure? Is that the antidote for?
I think so.
Yeah, to be humble.
Yeah.
And do it hurt to be vulnerable? Do vulnerable kills arrogance?
Uh-huh.
I don't know everything. Hand up. I got money and I got drug dreams. Hand up. Listen, I don't want to be here, but I need to be here. Hand up. I can't go home because where I live at is hell there. Shooting dope in the living room, smoking coke upstairs. They juggling perks and zanies out back. I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable. My kids, yo, they laughing at me. Yeah, daddy a junkie. I embarrass my kids when I come to the school. That's your father? Arrogance. But definitely get me high again. On the plantation of active addiction. I got to be humility. I got to be humble. If I don't get humble, I will be humiliated because of all of my arrogance. How about competitive? Who got to compete in here? First to get dosed. First to see the nurse. Everybody first in here. Your hand was up, sir? Your hand was up? No. I just saw his hand. I just saw his hand. Who else in here competitive? Anybody competitive? It got to be you first. All the time.
I know that's right.
Competitive. Why? Because I've been here. Who had to compete with your siblings? Compete with your sister. Compete with your brother. Who had mothers and fathers say, why can't you be like your brother? Why can't you be like your sister? Where did I go wrong raising you? I should never had you. And the seeds of death and the seeds of you will never be nothing. And the seeds of I hate you is being planted into the what? To the wisdom, the spirit of a young woman and a young man. Trying to make it and gravitate and navigate out here in this world of what? Insanity. Competitive. Got to compete to what? To be appreciated. How about this right here? Critical spirit. Who tongues in here is like a machete. Verbal assassins. You in here? Verbal assassins. Anybody here like that? You kill people's esteem. How many women in here chisel down a man's self-esteem? And you wonder why he always put his hands on you. Some women push the envelope. I had 6 brothers. I don't give a damn about you. Ready to fight. Listen, they come from that. You ain't saying nothing. I know about guns. I know how to load up a gun. I know how to take a gun apart. You ain't saying nothing. I sold drugs. What? Now what? Push the envelope. And women, we as men, when they live it correctly, men are what? Foundation. And men love women who what? Is submissive. And you're not a slave, and you don't walk behind me, you walk right beside me. You my helpmate, you my rib. Because a woman has no problem submitting to no man who has first submitted to God. When a man submits to Allah, submits to what? God, his higher power. Listen, that house is in order. God, man, woman, child, in order. Everybody playing their position. That's balance. That's harmony. Everybody working what? Together. All right, you home, man. You off the day and she's at work. Wash the dishes. Clean the floor. Clean up. That's how me and my lady get down. It's balance. I got 12 dogs. I can't be there all the time. When I get there, I clean up. I got OCD. Some of the kids got ODD. Obsessive dirty disorder. Then we have a problem. Then I can get critical. Everybody hear that? How about defensive? Who's defensive in here? Anybody defensive? When truth comes, your walls is up. And you duck for cover. Anybody? Duck for cover. Walls is up. I'm insulated, but I'm in pain. Anybody here like that? Because you don't trust nobody. So it's hard for you to talk in here. Play in here, die out there. Defensive. We talk about program gangsters, argumentative. We spoke about that. How about intellectualization? Brainiac dum-dums. So smart, still doing what? Yeah, I've been there. Who dummy down for dummies? I did. Dummy down for dummies. They didn't want nothing. I didn't either. They just want to rob somebody. Yo, I was with that too. Yo, stolen cars, I was with that. That's all they wanted. And because I didn't want to fly alone, I dummy down for smart guys who was doing dumb things.
Yeah, here we go. We got a program that gives us all the answers and we still failing.
Say that again.
We got a program that gives us all the answers and we're still failing.
Why is that though?
Not following directions, not being humble and asking questions.
Okay. Good food. Everybody agree with that? Yeah, got all the answers, still failing. Like that, defensive. How about this right here? Inappropriate humor. Who know about 56 and King Session, Southwest Philadelphia? We used to be house managers down there. And we had one brother, 21 years old, and he used to smoke weed in the program. I said, yo, you can't smoke weed in here. He said, I didn't know. I said, yes, you did. Yo, put that damn weed out. It's a recovery program, goddammit. Listen. I said, when the last time you been in the shower? I said, I washed yesterday. I said, no, you didn't. You didn't wash up in weeks. What's your problem? Why the water ain't running and you ain't in it? And God said, yo, don't joke him, help him. And I went upstairs in this room. I took my time. I went upstairs, opened up that door. If anybody know about Thriller, Michael Jackson album. The Thriller, right? You open up the door and open the door up. And I open the door and I look down, dirty underwears and your dirty socks and Dorito wrappers and Snicker wrappers and a used condom and paraphernalia on the floor in a recovery in his room. And I opened up the closet. Chucky from the Hood came out of there. The Kensington Smurfs came out of there. Batman and Robin. The Wonder Twins. Deactivate. And beside his closet was a picture of his mom. And when she died, he died. Anybody hear that? And he wasn't able to what? Articulate how he felt about the death of his mother. So he'll laugh, funk box. PlayStation, funk box. 58th and Woodland. Funk box. In girl's face, funk box. In our face, funk box. Hiding. One day he cussed us out, Thomas. He cussed us out. He said, F y'all, I'm leaving. And he walks from 58th and King Session all the way to Upper Darby. Wow. Everybody hear that? Where the Trolleys go. And who got codependency? Guess who was right behind him? I was. And I didn't know what he was doing though. So I went along with the ride. I went along with the walk, right? I said, yo, come on back. Yo, you got to take your mask. He said, you take them. I said, that ain't, he said, I ain't eating that. He said, he didn't cuss. He said, I ain't eating that. You eat it. And then I'm walking with the dude, right? And as I'm walking by, I said, yo, come on, stop walking, man. Come back, let's talk. He's still walking. And I'm getting angry. And I'm enraged. And I'm frustrated. And God was showing me on my path, walking behind this individual who's 21 years old, mother gone, nobody to talk to, upset, angry, frustrated, had no outlet. He thought everything was a joke. Nobody loved him. Nobody cared. And I'm angry. Then I got frustrated. And I went from frustration to understanding, to peace of mind, to acceptance, to surrender, to wind up embracing him and telling him, yo, I see you when you get back. Because I'm not walking no further than here. But I walked what? For 56 King Session up to Upper Darby where the trolleys run. That was my last stop. But I walked there. Out of what? Compassion and love. Codependency. People pleasing. But somebody's life was at stake that night. Defense mechanisms. These what? Inappropriate humor, laughing and joking because I'm hiding pain. It's like the man in here who always playing from get out of bed to go back to bed. Always joking. Nothing wrong with that. If that's all what you do all day, it's a problem. That man, that woman is hiding something right here at Beacon Point. Always playing. Never get serious, never talking about you, but talking about everybody else except you. Defense mechanisms. How about dominant? Who got to dominate everything? Who overtalk people? Who got to get the last word? Who know everything? Even when you're wrong, you swear you're right. Anybody know anything like that? Okay. How about exaggeration? Who exaggerate? I was in the shootout, Thomas. No, I wasn't. They were shooting where I was at. I didn't even have a gun. Exaggeration. I had to, put a little bit of yeast in there to make it sound real good. Exaggeration. All right? Always because what? Because if I lie and embellish on what will really happen, guess what? You will accept me. Because that's your life. That's not my life. That's your life, not my life. How about hatred? Who hate themselves so much you can't recover? Who hate you so much you won't stop using drugs? You just here for a pit stop. That's it. And that's all. Talking to anybody in here like that? Who got reservations? Who look in that mirror, you don't like what you see? Anybody there? Hatred, self-hatred. Is that dangerous?
No, yeah.
Can we get high again?
Yes.
All right. Is there hope for a person who hate themselves?
Yes.
It is. It is hope. Hatred. Who hate drugs? I keep saying like this, man, listen. I want to find out who's the state rep for Kensington. Anybody hear that? I need to find out who's the state rep for Kensington, for Frankfurt. All heavy drug activity areas, we need to put their ass on Front Street. And we need to get a Fox News there because Fox News only show up when it's really heavy news, and that's big news right there. We need to go undercover. We need to go on behind the curtains like the Wizard of Oz when the old man and Richard Pryor on the Wiz. When everybody was scared of them until they found out it was an old man. That's him. Richard Pryor, that's him. And that's how we got to do. And we got to find out who bring drugs in our neighborhood. A guy yesterday, y'all watching the news, he was what, 27 years old, drunk out of his mind, hit 5 parked cars. And when the cops stopped him, when he stopped from hitting cars, he killed a child. He had 2 kids. 1 died. And when they pulled him out of the car, he was butt naked from his waist down. That was last night.
Yeah.
Last night. DUI. 5 parked cars, hit 2 teenagers, 1 died, half naked.
Wow.
Half naked. Half naked. Isolation. Who isolated here? When we in here, you out there. When we out there, you back in here. When we upstairs, you downstairs. When we downstairs, you upstairs. Isolationists. Is that dangerous? Why we do that? Anybody want to know why? Want to take a swing at why we isolate? Why is that dangerous to isolate? Who's the last person to tell us to get high? Very good. Who knows this is a psych ward? No, this is a psych ward. This is the circus. Stay out of here. If the Quran ain't up here, stay out of here. If the Word of God ain't up here, stay out of here. If the NA text or the big book ain't up here, stay out of there. Stinking thinking lives here. It's my mind that told me to get high, damn it. So why I keep isolating, listening to me when it was me that got my ass here? Isolationist from the root of rejection, and that's the fruit of the tree of active addiction. How about right here, y'all? How about this right here? Insensitive. Who's insensitive? Anybody insensitive? Talk about what? Sympathy and empathy. Anybody's insensitive. You don't really care about nobody, really. You insensitive. It's hard to feel. Come on. You want to speak on that? You want to speak on that? Insensitive.
What you mean speak on?
Suppress emotions.
Very good. You heard what he said? Why you say that, brother?
That's what I do all the time.
All right. What's your name?
Dominant.
All right. He suppressed his emotions. How come?
They're overwhelming.
They're overwhelming. All right.
Shame.
Shame. Very good. Are you willing to what? Feel, deal, and heal with them clean?
Amen.
All right. If you don't do that, what can happen? You gonna go get high again?
Absolutely.
Very
Without
good.
a doubt.
Huh?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Do you journal?
Yeah.
Do that help? Who else journal? Do writing help? Writing is good. Writing is good. How much time you got clean, brother?
23 days.
Hey, a lot of time. It's like Kirk Bride. Who know about Kirk Bride? Back in the day before COVID, we used to go upstairs, right? The women unit was always the craziest. Short-term unit, women unit, used to always be the craziest, and she want a man, and she want some penis, and she want a cigarette, and she don't like the staff, and goddamn, she want to leave, and she want to wash her clothes, and she want to get on the phone, and she don't like nobody, and she ready to eat again, and she don't want to wash her clothes, and she want to fight the whole unit, and nobody's listening to the woman who's what? Trying to share her and save her life. I said, why people can't shut up when somebody's talking about what? Their pain. Insensitive. Insensitive. How about this right here? Inferior. Who feel inferior? Anybody feel inferior? Y'all know what that means, to feel inferior? That's that. Who said it over here? What's up? How you doing? All right. You ever felt like that before? Okay, all right. All right. How much time y'all clean, brother? Hey, all right, brother. God bless you. Inferior. Who went to NA meetings or AA meetings and they had dinosaurs in there? I have 10 years. Like, damn. I got 15. Damn. I have 25. Shit. I'm getting out of here. Anybody hear that? How much time you got, sir? 30 days. And felt what? Inferior. Because dinosaurs were always in the building. And as I learned and being in meetings and keep living and keep recovering, you find out that people who got a lot of time, they crazy as hell. Everybody hear that? Right, listen. All right, okay. Inferior. Big piece. Big piece right there. Inferior. All right. How about an inability to accept love? Who can give love but can't accept it? Inability to accept love. Come on. 1, then 2. What's your name?
Christy.
Hey, how you doing?
I feel like for me, it stems from childhood, like neglect,
Mhm.
rejection, abuse.
Mhm.
It stems from growing up in and out of foster care. And it really has a lot to do with how I view myself, because I view myself on like what I do or don't do rather than who I am and my identity and what my identity really is. I have like an identity crisis. So I look at myself as like I have inferiority. I deal with that. So an ability to accept love for myself and others, to accept help, to accept the fact that I deserve to be clean, that I deserve a different life, but I deserve my children.
Very good. Very good. How much time you have clean?
60.
Hey, lot of time. God bless you. Come on, man. That got you, sis. Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm Sean now, bro.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Yeah, I'll be quick to like fall in love with a chick, but then like I won't accept it that anybody can love me. You know what I mean? Because I guess because all the slimy fucked up shit I did, running around the streets, I always like, and even growing up, I always thought that like I was like less than or inferior because I grew up against it in Ontario. Like I was white trash dirtball or something. You know what I mean? And I would go to different like neighborhoods, Bucks County and shit like that. I didn't feel it, I would feel like different. But I'm working on it though, because I know my son loves me. And I gotta keep my ego in check and like I didn't want to come down here because I saw you 38,000 times at all the rehab. I'm sitting back. Again.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what, Sean, get the fuck up here, bro, and listen to the shit because I was just crying about it. What the other day I'm over here crying about my son and shit. So I'm not trying to be that nut anymore. I'm trying to be a man, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be like stand on my own. When I get out of here and raise my son the way that he's supposed to be raised. This way I don't have to be broken anymore. There's a lot that I could learn. I don't know what a lot of his words mean and shit like that, but maybe if I sat up front, open my ears, close my mouth, I'll learn something.
My man, God bless you, brother. I'm gonna send you clean.
Probably like a week and a half.
Hey, all right. God bless. Come on, sis, your hand was up.
Cause I wanted to like talk about like inferiority. And both of them joints is like tied together and inability to accept love. I know inferiority comes from like not coming from a family. Like she said, Christine, like being raised in foster care, like you feel like that, like in school. Like I remember being in elementary school, like not wanting people to know that like I live in a foster home or whatever like that. I used to like forge my school trips, signatures and shit, and like do little stuff so that way nobody would find out. And then like in the like the rooms and shit, like just doing crack, period, like it makes you feel like people gonna look at you like something like you low. And then like when I tried to bump it up to heroin, I ended up overdosing and I fucking died. And then I know it's definitely the inability, not so much like not accepting it, like incapable of accepting love if you've never seen it done. Like I never experienced it in front of my face as an example. Like I never seen somebody do it or nobody never did it on me. So I can like go off of what I seen on a movie or whatever, like I read in the book, like in the Bible would say God is love. So you got all them examples about what is love, so you know how to do it. They got what to do when expecting for people that's expecting a baby. That's a popular book. But if you never saw like a dad and a mom together, it's real hard to know like how to be a full person. Like it sounds weird saying that shit out loud, is embarrassing, like, but it's true. You know what I mean? Most people they got people to bring them shit, they got squads or families or just like they got folks, and when you don't have that shit is shameful. It's really like make you feel odd and weird. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's all I got to share on being inferior. Like sitting in his room is like you singled out and something wrong with you or something.
Thank you for saying that, sis. It's all right. It's all right. Come on. We're ahead. They're coming to you. Come on.
My ego's a monster, and accepting help or love, because love is an action word. My ego doesn't accept it. I won't ask for help from anybody. And to let someone in, to really get to know me, because I'm the great pretender.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that takes work, and practice, and a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
And behavior changes
Yeah.
in life and time
Mm-hmm.
to change.
Okay. Love your honesty. Thank you for sharing that. Both of y'all. Come on, brother, man.
Well, me myself, I'm tired of the quick fix. Go quick fix, you go ahead, you see the girl, that's you see the girl. You have your little party, and you love each other for 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm coming back to see you again.
What I do?
I'm keeping it real. You know, it's been that way.
Yeah.
And right now I'm at the point where I can't wait for 10 months so I can possibly give it a shot because I want to love myself first.
Mm-hmm.
That's more important than that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how can I love or have a relationship with anyone if I'm not loving myself?
That would be good. Anybody there in the back? Good food, brother. How much time you have clean?
I got now 90 days.
Hey, all right. All right. Thanks for saying that, y'all. Good food, y'all. How about flat emotions? Who's flatline when it comes to emotions? Flatline when it comes to emotions. Something we should celebrate, but you don't. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Flatline. You don't get excited. All right? Everybody talking about? Know what I'm talking about? Because you had your hopes up before just to get what?
You get let down.
Get let down. Right.
Yeah.
Enough of that. Enough of rejection can have you what? Flatline. How about escapism? Who try to escape to the Matrix? Who don't like reality, so you always in fantasy? Yes. Anybody? Fantasy Island. Because I don't like what? Reality. It's
I'm
you?
addicted to fantasy, man.
Yeah.
That comes hand in hand with my addiction.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'll go to Fantasy Island every time.
All right. Thanks for saying that. All right. I know you ain't alone. I know you ain't alone. Hey, did you tell them we ain't cops? They know we ain't no police. Escapism. How about this? Come on, brother. Yeah, we got a hand. Let's go.
Smart, I'm gonna add.
Hey, how you doing?
You know, I learned that trait in fantasy up in jail. You know, waiting to get out. You know what I mean? Creating scenarios that, you know what I mean, was like, you know, I survived. I was gonna go home and do this and mess with this girl, get money from this person, and just picture this going. But it set up reservations. You know what I mean? And put me in bad situations. And when shit didn't go my way, I did everything that I thought I was going to do. I said I was going to do. I had created it. You know, and it was like I was locked in, loaded. You know what I mean? But ultimately, it led to just get high. You know what I mean? And I couldn't do nothing about it. Like, based on not being able to accept life on life terms. And didn't recognize that shit happens to everybody. Same things, it's just normal things. But I catastrophe. You know what I mean? Like the world's ending and it's a fucking little molehill and I make mountains out of it. You know what I mean? Fucked up situation. That's what.
Thanks for saying. Get better with that?
Yeah.
Good. How much time you have clean, soldier?
20 days.
Hey, all right. A lot of time. God bless you. Flat emotions, escapism, distrust. Who don't trust themselves? You don't trust nobody else. If we don't trust the help, where do we get help from? If we don't trust the help, where do we get help from? Come on, we listening? All right, but God works through who? People. But if I don't trust me and don't trust people, where do I get the help from? I got to learn to start, huh? Right. So we got to learn to start what?
That's hard.
That's hard. But easy said than done, though, right? Yeah. That's why they say you don't give people at what? Everything at one time. A little bit at a time. If I didn't know him and he knew where to go cop from, I would give him my money because I trust him to go cop for me. So I trust him to kill me. But I can't trust him to help save me. Everybody catch that? All right? So I trust you to kill me, but I don't trust you when it's come to what? Try to heal me. Escapism, distrust. How about depression? Who get depressed in here? Can depression cause us to go get high again? Yeah. I seen your hand in the back right there. Come on, what's up? Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. What caused your depression?
When I lost my mom.
Our condolences.
Yeah, that really.
realize how depressed I was until like going to a place like this. Yeah. Yep.
How long ago she passed?
4 years now?
4 years.
Yeah. It was like a piece died. Like really, like a piece of your soul kind of goes. It's weird. Really weird.
Death is a big blow. Death is big, man.
Yeah.
Our condolences too, brother. How you doing today?
Good.
How about when her birthday come up? You go through anything?
I usually visit a grave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said, you know, because in our humanness, we don't want nobody to die that we really love. Because we selfish and we want people to stay here forever, 200, 300 years old, right? But we are born to what? To die. That's when acceptance got to kick in. God, then we ask questions of God, how can you do that? How can the wicked live and the righteous die? You feel what I'm saying? And God knows what we don't know. You feel what I'm saying? It's like John Gotti, who killed people. He didn't kill people by hands. He just told them to kill them and they got done. But John Gotti's son got hit by a car and died. Karma is real. Not talking about your mom, I'm just talking about in general. Then DMX says you do dirt, you get dirt. So the aura we put out, it comes back in the universe. But you know what I'm saying? My condolences with your mom, man. Remind me of my grandma when she was in the Bronx and she died in the hospital. And I wish I spent more time with my grandmother. But she's deceased. And all I got is what? Memories. That's all I got is a memory to keep me sane, not to get depressed. Because what lives under depression? Suicide or what? And that's dangerous. All right? I'm going to sign you clean. Hey, all right, brother. Anybody else? Depression. Who? Come on.
I get depressed when I don't get my way.
Everybody hear that? All right. All right. Okay. Is there more? What's up? All right. Well, listen. Well, you know, life don't move like that, right? Are you learning to have acceptance?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Very good. That's what's up. Okay. So you okay when you don't get your way? Awesome. That's maturity, right?
Yep.
Very good. Do you respect somebody who always tell you yes? No, I disagree with that one. All right. How much time y'all clean?
2 weeks.
Hey, all right. Okay, who know about Andrea Yates? Had 5 kids, was clinically depressed, screaming out for what? Help. She drowned. She named every one of her children out the Bible. Then she drowned every last one of her children and put them on the bed like stuffed animals. Andrea Yates, depression is real. 2019 Miss USA pageant winner, beautiful sister in New York City on the 26th floor, jumped to what? Her death. Was a lawyer and she was beautiful.
Yeah.
Suicide, depression is real. Robin Williams, who made the world laugh. Jumanji, how could he? Papa, how could he? Patch Adams, how could he? Fisher King, how could he? Insomnia, how could he? Good Will Hunting, damn. What's that? The Awakening with Robert De Niro, how could he? The Angriest Man in Brooklyn, how could he? The Cadillac Man, how could he? Comic Relief, how could he? Made the world laugh, and inside he was what? Depression. What lives under depression? Suicidal what? Ideations. How about Kurt Cobain?
My guy.
How about my girl, Phyllis Hyman?
Robin
Yes.
Williams.
Phyllis Hyman was what? She said she was 300 pounds. And they said she was bipolar. And when she took her life, she was what? 6 days before she turned 46. 6 hours before she was to perform on Apollo. Phyllis Hyman. And most of her lyrics is what? All dealing with what? Depression. Depression. How about my man John Belushi? Kathy Smith giving hot shots in California. Gave him one, he didn't wake up. Depression is real. How about Judy Garland? Took pills to perform. Took pills to go to sleep. OD. Janis Joplin. 3 beautiful albums. And died over an accidental heroin overdose. Depression is real. Yes, the list goes on and on and on. Depression is real. You know, it's important to find out what the depression comes from and how do we escape depression. Ambivalence. Who got anxiety? Bitterness. Anybody bitter? For those who don't practice forgiveness, you drink from the well of bitterness. Let me say that again. For those who don't practice what? The spiritual principle of what? Forgiveness. Will always drink from the well of bitterness. For those who don't practice forgiveness. Anybody working on that right there? Become bitter. Anybody bitter in here? Anybody bitter?
What about forgiving yourself? That still make you bitter?
Oh, wait a minute. One at a time. What you saying, brother? What you saying?
I'm bitter and different shit.
Say it again. You bitter?
I'm bitter.
Okay. How do you kill that?
Like you said, by like convincing myself, repetition every day. Like, you know, it is what it is, man. You fucked that up, Sean. Let this dude take care of it the way she's supposed to be taken care of. You know what I mean? But like the one that got away. You know what I mean? Every now and again, I'll think of my son's mom and shit. Like, I chalk that up and be happy that she's happy, man. And I gotta convince myself. But every now and again, like bitterness will creep in, man. And I have to smack that shit out of it, you know. But it does still creep in.
Okay. All right, that's good. As long as you recognize it. Because recovery begins when you first acknowledge it. There's a problem do exist. Now that's when the work takes place. Come on. Your hand was up. Bitterness.
Oh, no, I was asking about like forgiving yourself. Do you still have like bitterness? I just pick out like a worksheet on it. It doesn't really pertain to me.
Because see, I'm horny by nature, and coke made me super horny. And when I used to smoke coke, man, listen, I used to be in South Philadelphia with 2 TVs, watching pornos, scared as hell, breaking shades, pants down, trying to masturbate. And guess what? It's this. Listen, they say coke is a depressant. Coke is a depressant, right? And listen, I mean, I was crazy, but anyway, I ain't gonna get into all that, right? But I was just straight crazy, right? And what happened was when I stopped smoking, I got depressed. And when I got depressed, I had to, like he was talking about, I had to find something to kill the depression. And I was always bitter and always unhappy and always irritable and always angry and always frustrated when I couldn't get high. But I had to find a new external stimuli to replace the feeling of crack cocaine. And that's facilitation, and that's reading, and that's studying, and that's helping, and that's my new high. But that comes with balance also. So I had to know that, listen, when you wake the monkey up, it becomes the gorilla. And a lot of things we did, we would have never did if we were sober. How many ladies here slept with men you would have never slept with if you were sober? So we got to give ourselves a break. Everybody understand that? All right? For them drugs to take us places that we never would have go. Heterosexuals performing homosexual acts. Homosexuals performing heterosexual acts. Beating up our mothers. One dude, a woman, she used to get high with her son. And she used to be in the shower washing up, listening for her son who's still actively using. He kicked in the bathroom door, moved the shower curtain, punched his mother in the face. She hit the what? The tub, sit on his mom, go in her purse, grab $20, leave and go get high. And still fed him when he came back that same night. Been there. My mama said, clap your hands when you bring your black ass in my house. Because when your hands are clapping, you can't be stealing none of mine. My stuff. Real bitter when we can't get high. Everybody hear that? But while we recovering, we be bitter. And we recovering, we bitter, but it's getting less bitter. And the more we recover, bitter leaves and joy comes. How about this right here? Who got anxiety? 5 minutes, hold tight. Who got anxiety? Mine can't sit still. Always racing. 1, then 2. Come on, anxiety. Come on, sis. Anybody hear that? Anxiety will rob you of everything when you're anxious. Very good. That's how you feel?
At times I did. I'm better with it now, but I was, I was so anxious at one time that I made where I was going to therapy at. So it's very real. But
Okay.
I'm better with it now.
Very good. How you kill your anxiety today? Reading. Writing. Talking to people. Going to meetings. Very good. It's get greater later, right?
Yeah.
And that kills anxiety. How much time y'all clean? 30 days. Hey, a lot of time. God bless you. My man right here. Come on, brother. Anxiety. How you doing?
Good. I take medication. I take medication for it.
Okay.
For me, it's your mind is cluttered. It's so much all at one time that it shuts down.
Okay.
You don't know what you're thinking about anymore, but you know that you're thinking about something, but you don't know what it is. That's what, for me, I get anxiety about my racing thoughts that I know I'm thinking, and I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking about. It's there. There's so much going on at one time that it just shuts down. And that's the part where the frustration and the anxiety part comes in for me.
Okay.
It just shuts me down completely. And I don't have an answer to what it is, what's bothering me, or what it is that's hindering me, or what it is. And all I can say is, I don't know. It's just a question mark. It's just anxiety that, so the medication helps for me. It keeps everything balanced, and there's days where the medication doesn't help sometimes, and that's really when I'm over my edge. And that's probably most likely where I'm in my head and my thoughts, my own thing, and that's probably more of me self-inducing those type of things. That's pretty much my anxiety.
Okay. How about your faith? Faith helps with anxiety too.
My faith yesterday is, there was a moment in my life where my faith was, I threw it out the window, where I literally turned around and said, fuck you. And it was the end of it. And I asked for forgiveness, obviously. But that was a very weak point in my life. And the faith right there, right now, it's like something that I'm not practicing, but it's there. It's there.
Really good.
It's just not something that I'm going to first. It's just always, it's on the second burner for whatever reason it is for. But let's get it done.
Very good. How much time you clean, brother?
I want to say 12 days.
Hey, all right. God bless you. Come on, soldier, come on.
Faith brings patience and gratitude.
Yes. Y'all heard what he said? Faith brings patience and gratitude. Awesome. And it helps with anxiety?
Yes.
Very good.
Real quick.
Hold on, how much time y'all clean? Wait a minute. How much time y'all clean, brother?
24 days.
24 days. 44 days. Congratulations. 44. Thank you for sharing that, brother. Come on. Lion. What about lion? Come on.
Creates anxiety.
Everybody hear that? Lion creates anxiety. Y'all believe that?
Yeah.
Who remember when AIDS test was 14 days? Y'all don't remember that?
Damn, when you be sweating for the result.
Now, today is 20 minutes. Today is 20 minutes, but back in the day it was 14 days to find out if you was positive or negative. For real. And I live a sexual life. For real. I had a lot of anxiety. Come on.
Real quick,
Come on. What's your name, brother?
Yeah, my name's Zay. I'm recovering.
How you doing, brother?
I had a counselor tell me that if you live in too much in the past, that causes depression. And if you live in too much in the future, that causes anxiety. That's why you gotta stay present in today. Just for today.
Yeah, and y'all hear that? If we're living in the past, that's what? That's depression. Living too much in the future, that's what? That we gotta say what in the what? Awesome. I'm telling y'all clean, brother.
Got like 3 weeks.
Give it to him. Hey! Drugs is like a gun. Reservations are those bullets. And self-will always pulls that trigger called a relapse. Who woke us up?
God, grant us serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God's will, not ours, be done. Amen.
All right, love y'all. See y'all later.